Hello, my name is Sarojat, talking from India. I am talking regarding targeted individuals. I am a targeted individual. Um, I'm trying to show what kind of troubles that these criminals are putting my body through. And also I want to talk how the YouTube is cheating on us. The comments that I put on, which that are like a comprehensive with some other YouTube video proofs, and they go ahead and then delete them. They're in the process of doing something like that, so it kind of comes across very haphazard. Like some they show the number of comments are high, but the comments are not shown, and then a lot of my comments are taken out. They are coming up with a new option where the presenter, he deletes the comments whoever he doesn't like or something. So let's see how YouTube is cheating on our targeted individual serious matter. Though YouTube gives us a platform so that we are able to show to the world, because police are not listening, and politicians and all that, they're all involved, so we don't have a way out. So YouTube is the way where we are showing our crimes. But however, it has this like a top comments or new comments. In that way they are manipulating and then hiding this hideous crime for a real long time. So let me show you what I mean by that. Say for example, so if I go to these are the videos that I want to show you today, and I will log in as a user 1 and see how many comments are there and whose comments are showing up, and we'll go as our another user of our team, which is user number 2, and see how many comments they see, and then we will log out as neither of those and see how many comments that we are seeing. Say first, for example, there is this YouTube real targeted individuals. There are 5 stages. It's a wonderful, these are all like nice programs, and then you should see them. This is the targeted individual video, and this talks about real targeted individuals. This is 5 stages of the program that put you through, and let's see how many comments do they have. So here there are 17 comments. One you see under covert energy torture. So here's the one that you see, right? So let's see how it looks. And this one is logged in as like a user P. So user P has 17 comments. That there is one comment under covert energy torture. Here it's another user, you can see by the icon, and it's the same program, real targeted individuals with the five stages. Let's see how many. So 17 comments are there, and then the covert energy torture, that is there. But however, because it's the same user, there are number of this comment is being shown, but the other side it's very questionable. This is user number 1, and so we are looking at directed energy weapon, DEW. Here the lady shows how the sun is being used to get an energy beam at her. So this is Judy Love. So we have here 4 comments. So one as the same user, whatever that I have logged in, that user 1 has comments. So 1, 2, and then there is a covert energy. So there are, the thing shows about 4 comments, the total 4 comments, and then we see here 3 comments and then 1 reply from the presenter. This is using another user, so we can see the user is different here. The user is different here. So for that, so we do see 4 comments here, like the number of comments are 4. But you see, you only see 2 comments from this covert energy person. So there is this comment and this comment, but the total number of comments shows 4. So the other 2 are not showing up. And if you just scoop over here and on the same one, here are the other comments by the other user. So in other words, whoever this user want to put out some comments by this user for the same this video, the comments, these comments, done by this person, if you scoop over under this ID, you are not able to see those comments. Though the comment says it's 4, but the visible comments are only 2. So here goes, the YouTube is hiding or concealing some of the comments, and this happens to me a lot. So also, if we could log out and then see how many they are, so we can do that too. But this is how YouTube, for example, I don't know whether you guys have noticed, there is this sort by button, and if you go sort by, if you click, you have 2 choices: top comments and the newest comments. So there are some cunning things that YouTube is doing. It's hiding some comments, and this has been, when my comment is very informational, this is what they are doing. Let's move to Yvette's YouTube. This is hers is like a targeted individual, and then here we have logged in as a user number 1, which is P. So if you go down, so the number of comments this one has is 3, but what is being displayed is only 1. On Yvette's video, there's only 1 comment being displayed. So here we have logged in as a user number 2, and then let's see the number of comments what we have here. See, the comments are 3, and here I think we can only see 2 of those. So at least here 1 comment has increased, but then 1 comment is missing. There is no reply also. There is no reply here. So 1 more person has commented, and apparently it's been taken out. Here is another video by user 1. You should watch this video where he shows on his thigh when they use the DEW, his different parts of his muscle bundles are being moved. You see that twitch and that kind of stuff he is showing on. It's a nice this thing. And then to this, I had commented with the number of responses where folks showed about the DEW effects, but the different body parts are being manipulated, and then the body shows the movement. Those kind of things I had put them together, and then I responded to him like, look, these are similar ones just like you do. So it's a kind of a proof, and YouTube goes it and then deletes it. So let's see. So here it says 1 comment, but no comment is being shown. So here I have logged in as a user, and here is a user number 2, and it's the same video too, directed energy torture. So if we see here, how many comments do we have? There is 1 comment. So there is a comment here for the same, and there is no comment being showed on this video. Targeted individuals. You should see this program by this guy. This is called Gang Stalking Terror. I'm Being Followed. This is done recently, like October of last year. Even then, this presenter is so rude and so insulting to the naive presenter, that Indian descendant presenter that presenting. And you guys should see all the comments here. You guys see that are like the 2,400 comments, and you should see all these narcissistic behavior responses. And this is fun. he deletes my comments. So there is this nasty thing going on. Like sometimes the comments are not there, and today it seemed to be there. So there is this YouTube being nasty, and the targeted individuals are targeted since like 30, 40 years ago, 50 years ago. So their comments are being wiped out, and then the new folks, they see this, and then new folks, when they hear from us, they think that this program, it's new for them. Oh well, how come we haven't heard? So now we know why we have not heard, because YouTube is taking out, though it is giving us a platform, but they are taking out the good comments and then only leaving, kind of border kind of a thing, so that, it all sounds very, not true, or like weird, delusional, that sort of thing. Alright, so now I want to move on to other kind of tortures that I am seeing daily. So under the neck vibrations. So when I have a pillow and then I put some plastics in there, even then there are real kind of vibrations, and that really cut into your muscle bundle, and especially they seem to be attacking the nerve fibers. So to cover that, I put a sticky tape under my neck, the head, when I'm laying down, and it helps a little bit, but even then I think their stuff is way penetrative and it's really brutal. To block that, if I put my own palm, fingers and palm, both the hands, if I put them together and put it under my neck, between the ground and my neck, my fingers get brutal attacks, and they are much more painful than what I feel in my neck. Well, then what happens when your neck is goes through this vibration? The muscle bundle, by the next day morning when you wake up, it's all numb and it's very solid, it's thick, and then continuously, if the same thing happens, your nerve bundle that holds your head goes numb, and they only do it heavily on the one side. To me, they target it only on the right side, so I won't be able to turn my neck right side real quick or nicely. And they have done this before long many years, and then I went to deep massage for a long time to get it relieved. So this is another attack that I see. This is a neck vibrations, and it's very brutal. And then if I cover the neck vibrations, like with the plastic and much more plastic sort of thing, or then clothing above it, then they move on to brain jerking. It's like in the head, the head inside, it's like dibuk, dibuk, dibuk. That sort of brain jerking that you feel, and it doesn't go away. It doesn't hurt you, but that jerking, it's not good, because from just under neck vibration, because I kind of blocked it, and at least temporarily, if not 100%, but at least I have blocked like 50% of their effect and stuff. So then they move on to the brain jerking. They do it overnight, and I cover my head with newspaper bundle, a plastic bundle, and then occasionally the aluminum thing, because aluminum sheet, it gets a lot of dew, or the perspiration settled in, so I don't like that. So I try to do that, and then the brain jerking, it doesn't help much, regardless what I put in to cover up. And I put the coconut oil so that at least the scalp is moisture, and that helps. If you don't have the coconut oil, and if they beam a DW on you, on your skull, and if you scratch, it's all dry, and their DW really penetrates if you don't have coconut oil. The coconut oil really kind of helps a bit. It doesn't stop the DW, maybe to some extent, but so I think it just helps a bit more. That's what I do. So brain jerking is not good. And then also I have noticed my skull being kind of a fracture-y, the skull, they manipulate the bone of the skull. One side it is up, one side it is down, one side is constant or contracted, that sort of those sort of things that I see, and they are not very many, but I think they are contracting the skull so that the brain doesn't have much space. That's what they're doing. The next the torture that I'm going through recently is the torso. They're radiating my torso. So what I mean is that when I'm laying down on my back, from the shoulder to the bottom part, to the pubic area. So anyway, I told you guys that they hijack my conscious when I'm sleeping, so I wouldn't know what all they are doing. But when they release me from that consciousness, and that time instantly my brain knows what's going on the body, and then that time I feel some of the things what are being done is that my torso, what they do is they are radiating these pulses of a spiral form of energy that goes and hits my different part of the torso and enters in with the same speed and disappears. So, on the left and the right and the center, all sorts of organs. What does that do to me in the morning when I get up? My stomach is all like, now skin is all thickened, and not much moisture, and so I realize what they're doing. The cloth wouldn't stop it, the paper doesn't either, so but the plastic does stop these things, I noticed. So these days I'm putting some plastic over my clothes when I lay down. Of course you cannot cover all of it, but I do the best that I can. And the immediate part that I didn't get covered by the plastic, that is the part which is hard, and the skin is very rough, and then kind of a little dark, and then dried up, whereas the other one is soft and this thing. So this is kind of daily torture that we go through. Eventually our body gives up for sure, but this is what they do. Next torture I'm going through is the genital burning. I believe every targeted individual goes through this genital burning, whether it's a male or female, and no matter what I am putting over as a bedding, they do have this technology or the technique where they locally muster up the wind energy that takes off whatever I am putting over me. When they take my conscious out, they immediately fly the thing off, all the clothing's off, unless that I have the ones that really tie down, like if I have nightgown and stuff, that really goes up. And in panty they would be like sliding it above, and the wind will be swirling over there, and the burn goes both the sides of the thighs that join the pubic area. That side, they burn it a lot. And so I wonder why they burn so much, because some of the male folks have shared their burning part. It's really bad. Occasionally it could have some fungus, but this burning is really not good. It's like a hot metal close to you but not touching you, but it's close to you, that sort of a thing. And this our genital area gets the artery over there, and so I think by doing this, much more than just the burning outside, there must be some intended damage inside, because I wonder how come my weight and height goes away. Mine usually never changed, and then how come it's going? I think the blood circulation that's coming through, and these people burning, I think they desiccate our blood, maybe the blood cells, I don't know what else, what not. This is what is happening. So folks who are saying, oh, targeted individual, this is all fake, so I do have a medical background, I do have a physics background. This is some crime going on. This is now it is a global. These folks have syndicated network, the underground, and they have been doing it to a number of people, like thousands and millions. Another thing that I have noticed is that sometimes they caused me fissure, like just overnight, and it's very huge, and it bleeds, and it was not like first time when they did it, like I didn't have a problem, like it is, they created it, so I didn't have any pain or doing or anything, but overnight it didn't, and by the morning I saw. Then also I want to talk to you guys. Like, if a female has episiotomy done, or any kind of a tissue that is cut and healed to join together, these people, I don't know what they do. Then this line of the cut, it becomes wet again, like it's bad again. So these people do something that they bring up the wet scars into old and into ripe fresh wound. That's what they do. And also that I want to mention the genital burning. Genital burning gets the artery blood flow. I don't know how these people poke in there. They kind of spray blood from there onto my panty. So this happened many times, and then I try to put a tissue in there. Yes, I do see they are spraying blood, or using the energy. They are touching that artery, and the artery is like spraying that blood. So this is all when I'm sleeping, and they have taken my conscious out. So, and then how did this whole thing come from US to India? What am I seeing? Again, this crime is spread from US, and it has infiltrated into India. There is local hit hiring. So if you go see this website, torturedinamerica.org, and if you go see, there is a lot of information in there, and then at the bottom there is a picture of like a biscuit kind of a picture. There they have this perp email, and this PDF will show you there are about 20 layers before they even hit the common man, so they are almost untraceable. And the local hit hires, they only get the money, and they are around and they don't know us, but for a little money, and they are doing it. This is how US has infiltrated all nations. I don't know if it's a government. I don't think it's a government, but it is there's low class folks, and all those people are hit hired, and I can spot them here and there. Like when they're constantly after me, whether I'm inside home or outside, or I'm traveling. If I'm going on the bike, like a scooty, what they do is they hit my right hand elbow. They constantly hit, or they burn my feet when I'm going out, because in the night I've been holding my covering my feet from their burns. So when I am riding, this is what they are doing. This PDF, guys, you should see it. How they do it, how many layers are there, what do they call the eat. It's very interesting. There is this all orchestration of how they orchestrate this crime. This also has this glossary of terms, what all they use, the holy poly, the effective busy, what is mincing, what is defacing. These are the names for the different crimes, the level of the crimes that they do. So there are a lot of good information under this PDF. The gang stalking folks, you should see how widespread these folks are, and how do they do it. This will tell you. Folks, you should see this. You should look up for the words like targeted individual, remote neural monitoring, directed energy weapons, gang stalking, deep state, shadow government, HAARP, weaponized, no-touch torture, a mind control weapon, New World Order, depopulation. These things you have to see. And then you should see the organizations, which you might be quite familiar, but for the new person, the targetedjustice.com, or PACTS, or FFCHS, which is Freedom for Covert Individuals, and then ICART, International Center Against Abuse of Covert Torture. So EU, CACH, European Coalition Against Covert Harassment, and citizensaht.org, that is Citizens Against Harmful Technology. And there is this stopthecrime.net/WP. There are a number of sites that you could go and see. So this is not like one person, I've gone out of crazy and this is this is it. No, it's not. So it's much more widespread. It's been going on for decades, like 50 years. It's a continuation of World War II. the camps are being propagated, and the physics that we know, or the energy or the light physics that we know, is far behind, and these militarized testing or research has gone on way further, and they are using us. There is a group of, there is this gang, and they are watching all the planet's people. There seem to be depopulation agenda. They are targeting these people to torture, and they pay them to get them tortured. We may be the early comers to the stage, but this may be extended to the normal, what they call as food eaters. Also, it could be extended to them later on, but this is what's going on. This is a real crime. So guys, there's especially some of these trolls who continue to say, oh, you are delusional, oh, you are insane. I don't want to name them, but you guys know who are commenting like that. So this, I am trying to tell you that this is a real crime and has been going on for a long time, and this is unlike anything that we know, and it is very, the criminality of it is very, very high, and this is really ridiculous. And they have these democratic countries, but then behind this is what they are doing.